Next on the Gulf Coast with breaking news and weather. Fox 10 News starts now.
Welcome into Fox 10 Midday on this Friday. It's a big day in our history as the Artemis II crew are gearing up for one last out-of-this-world day as NASA's lunar comeback is almost complete. But their return could be their most dangerous feat yet. The astronauts will come back in the Orion capsule at nearly 24,000 miles an hour and in a ball of fire, no less, as an all-important heat shield bears the full force of re-entry into Earth's atmosphere around 7 p.m. Central Time tonight. It's an incredible chain of events, and Fox News senior correspondent Jonathan Seri is in Houston now to take us from space to splashdown.
It is incredible that we can go out and do this, that we can play with gravity, that we can target around the moon, that we can send 4 humans in a spaceship 250,000 miles from home and bring them back.
Artemis II Commander Reed Wiseman summing up their historic mission. For the last time, he and his 3 fellow astronauts go through their morning routine and run final equipment checks before Friday's fiery return to Earth.
We're going to come into the atmosphere at about almost 40 times the speed of sound, and then we will slow down to a 20-mile-an-hour touchdown. The heat shield and the parachutes are going to get us nice and slow.
That heat shield has to withstand thousands of degrees during re-entry. And for mission control, there will be 6 tense minutes of communication blackout before the parachutes open.
It's always nice to hear them say, integrity, we're back.
All eyes now on the skies off the coast of San Diego. Weather, a major factor in the astronauts' return.
The normal weather that we think is not a big deal can be a big deal to these operations.
The recovery ship, USS John P. Murtha, will be there for the crew's arrival, along with a squadron of military planes and helicopters.
We can't wait to see the dive team and the Navy that are going to come and pick us up.
And on Earth, excitement is reaching a fever pitch.
We're sharing in their anxieties, happiness, the successful mission that it appears to be.
The Orion capsule is completely self-flying, so the astronauts don't plan on taking manual control except in the event of an emergency. In Houston, Jonathan Seri, Fox News.
And you can personally watch the return of Artemis II unfold tonight live on the Fox 10 Gulfstream app. If you don't have it already, it's very simple to download. Just head to your device's app store, whether that's Apple or Android, and you want to search Fox 10 Gulfstream and tap download. It is free and only takes a moment to install. Once you open the app here, we're going to scroll down, click on it, wait for it to load really quickly. You're going to scroll down here. You can see the newscast right now, and you're going to click live events. I'm going to select it here, and you can already see the Artemis II live stream is happening right now. So super easy to watch. It's a great way to watch history unfold tonight. Again, happening at 7:07 p.m. Central Time approximately. Meteorologist Hannah Fink is also tracking the weather conditions for the spacecraft's return. And Hannah, what can you tell us today?
Well, conditions are actually looking favorable for this splashdown, which is great news. The Artemis splashdown is going to happen about 50 to 80 miles off of the San Diego coastline at 5:07 their time, 7:07 our time. So there's a few things that go into it. There's actually a lot of weather that goes in behind what's going on with space. They even have their own meteorologists. And here's some of the things we look at to give you a better understanding. Obviously, there's a lot more in depth that goes into it, but the main things are going to be winds, seas, visibility, and thunderstorm activity. So for our winds, we need to have winds below 28 miles per hour across the recovery zone area. And we're expecting light winds tonight, which is great news. And seas need to be under 6 feet. Right now, we're at a 4 to 6 feet range, so we're within those limits, so that's not a concern. And then visibility, we have to make sure there is no rain in the area and what we're looking at, or lightning, thunderstorms, you name it. So obviously no preset means no thunderstorms too, obviously. So visibility, we're looking at dry conditions around the splash zone as well. So we are looking at a favorable splash zone recovery weather-wise. So that's great news here. But here along the Gulf Coast, beautiful weather. This is a look at our Eastern Shore Toyota camera network. The one thing I will note, you can see those waves out there not looking great on our Orange Beach camera, unfortunately. But Overall, what we're expecting on land, not bad. Temperatures right now across the area, a lot of us are in the mid-70s. 74 right now in Mobile, 73 in Gulf Shores, 75 in Navarre, 74 in Atmore, 72 in Grove Hill, and 73 over in Loosedale. Our dew points are on the favorable side. We're in that dry to pleasant category, meaning we don't feel much of that lingering humidity, which is great because it is a warm day, but it's also a breezy day. So overall, it feels great out there. Our wind gusts are contributing to our rip current risk, unfortunately. You can see 16-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Navarre at this time, 10-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Bruton, 14 in Monroeville, 8 in Calvert, and 12 in Leakesville. Not as bad as what we saw yesterday, but still a breezy day overall across the Gulf Coast. Our wind forecast for the next 5 days, southeasterly winds, which means our rip current risk is not going to be improving in the next couple of days, and this is thanks to a ridge of high pressure. 10 to 15-mile-per-hour wind gusts staying pretty consistent, and we'll see some high rip currents going into next week as well. Here's a look at that beach again. Not looking great out there as rip currents are high today and going to be high into this weekend. We'll be breaking down what you need to know with the overall beach forecast and if you should be heading to the beach or not coming up, and also your weekend forecast.
All right, Hannah, thank you. And first in our headlines today, the man accused of capital murder in the death of 9-year-old Kaylee Knight has learned his fate. A jury has found Darius Lucky Jr. guilty of murder while shooting into an occupied building and murder of a child younger than 14. This verdict coming after a week of testimony about the shooting. During the trial, prosecutors showed surveillance video of a man they said was Lucky at an apartment complex before and after the shooting. Prosecutors say while the shooting killed Kaylee, the bullets were actually meant for her brother. Mobile County's district attorney says the verdict sends a powerful message, but defense attorneys say Lucky has a strong case on appeal.
Actions like this from somebody like Darius Lucky are absolutely reprehensible and will not be tolerated in this community.
We're disappointed and a little confused. Obviously heartbroken for our client and his family. So it's a tough day.
The judge set Lucky's sentencing hearing for May. The only possible punishment is life in prison without the possibility of parole. And in Florida, a Walton County grand jury has indicted a 12-year-old accused of stabbing 2 students and a school employee. This happening at Walton Middle School. He now faces several charges, including attempted first-degree premeditated murder, aggravated battery while wearing a mask, and having a weapon on school property. Investigators say he left home with a knife and a mask, put the mask on in a school bathroom, then walked into a hallway and randomly attacked. 2 students and 1 school employee were stabbed and seriously hurt. Deputies say he threw the knife into a retention pond before he was arrested, and he will be tried as an adult. Less than a week in, the U.S. ceasefire with Iran is already on thin ice. The VP will take part in negotiations this weekend, and inflation numbers are likely a factor as the White House seeks a more permanent end to the war. Fox's Rebecca Castor picks the story up from here.
Vice President J.D. Vance departing this morning for Pakistan ahead of high-level talks this weekend between U.S. and Iranian officials.
If the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand.
The meeting comes as the fragile truce is at risk of falling apart.
If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive.
Israel's continued bombing of Hezbollah targets in Lebanon is a key sticking point. Wednesday was the deadliest day yet, with more than 300 people killed, according to the country's health ministry. Negotiations between Israel and Lebanon are set to take place next week in Washington. Until then, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the strikes will continue.
There is no ceasefire in Lebanon.
Meanwhile, President Trump is unhappy with Iran's chokehold over the Strait of Hormuz, as Iran maintains it will continue to control who gets to pass through moving forward. The month-long blockade driving up the latest inflation numbers, which saw their biggest increase in 4 years.
It will take months for oil, gasoline, diesel, and other commodity prices to get back to the pre-war levels.
And you go to the store and you can't buy it, afford to buy what you used to buy.
The war's economic impact here at home is weighing on the minds of White House officials ahead of this weekend's talks. President Trump insists gas prices will plunge shortly after the war is over. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Meanwhile, authorities in Germany suspect an anti-Semitic motive likely prompted an attack on an Israeli restaurant in Munich. It happened overnight and follows a sharp rise in anti-Semitic incidents, following the Hamas-led October 7 terrorist attacks in Israel and ensuing the Gaza war. Germany's state security, which investigates politically motivated crimes, has now taken over the case, saying it's still unclear who attacked the restaurant, but that several windows were smashed and pyrotechnic devices were thrown onto the premises. No one was injured, and the perpetrators have not been identified. And the bodies of 2 Russian tourists have been found in Russia's Kamchatka region after their hiking group got lost in a blizzard earlier this week. Local authorities, however, say they were able to successfully rescue 5 of the 7 and safely evacuate the remaining group. The hikers first went missing 3 days ago, reportedly after setting on a trek at Avinsky Pass without tents or a satellite phone. The survivors were evacuated by helicopters and then handed over to medics, and say all 5 survivors show signs of severe frostbite. And back at home, the Alabama legislative session has officially come to an end, and there were several bills that lawmakers took up. They include legislation that would have closed Alabama primary elections, meaning only registered Republicans would have been allowed to vote in Republican primaries, and only registered Democrats could have voted in Democratic primaries. Lawmakers failed to pass a bill that would have forced the Montgomery Police Department to hire more officers or risk a state takeover. When asked if they thought this year's session was successful, lawmakers from different parties answered differently.
A lot of things happen, especially coming down the stretch with strong budgets, helping career tech centers and expanding those and building new ones.
And there are a lot of good bills that have not made their way through committee. They haven't come to the floor. So we're about in the middle of how it could have gone.
It was also the last time lawmakers will be in the old State House, as a new one is currently being built. And the Alabama House of Representatives passing Senate Bill 99, requiring the 10 Commandments to be on display in certain public school classrooms. The bill requires 5th through 12th grade classrooms to now have a poster of the 10 Commandments posted, with supporters stressing the historical importance of the document in American and world history. The layout and the design of the poster needs to be approved by the state superintendent of education, but the bill did bring mixed reactions in the House. However, the bill passed with majority support in the House, and it's now on Governor Kay Ivey's desk for that final signature. Thanks for staying with us on Fox 10 Midday on this Friday. Coming up, nature lovers and bird fans want to get closer than ever to the migrations over Dauphin Island. See how scientists are catching, tagging, and releasing colorful spring birds, and how you can watch it all up close. But first, Hannah, not a bad day for a cat nap on this Friday.
Definitely not a bad day for a cat nap. This is Wink sent in from Cassandra Gaines. He is here to tell you it's going to be a warm, sunny day across the Gulf Coast. We'll be in the upper 70s till about 2 p.m. Then we get to about 80 degrees, and we'll be in the lower 80s for a few hours. A warm day and a warm weekend ahead. We'll have more on your overall forecast coming up after these messages.
Back in on this Friday morning, nature lovers and bird enthusiasts have a really unique opportunity to experience science up close on Dauphin Island. The Banding Coalition of the Americas and Dauphin Island Bird Sanctuaries are teaming up for a special spring bird banding event. Fox 10's Stephen Moody has more.
Dauphin Island residents and visitors are getting a rare look at how researchers study and protect wild bird populations. Federally licensed banders are on site near Cadillac Square, measuring and safely placing identification bands on birds before releasing them back into the wild. All banding is conducted under a federally authorized permit through the U.S. Geological Survey's Bird Banding Lab, ensuring the safety and well-being of the animals.
And the thing is we're really lucky because here on Dauphin Island, it's called an important bird area. There's over 80 migratory bird species that have been recorded coming through this island. And so many birds use this place as a gas station or a rest stop before heading north to continue on their migration.
Attendees brought cameras to capture the experience and were even able to learn more about the species literally in their backyards, giving them a greater appreciation for these beautiful birds.
Emma said we had 300 visitors. I've counted. We've now had over 400 in less than 3 days. So it is, and every year it gets bigger and bigger, and we get more and more awareness for Dauphin Island bird sanctuaries, and that helps us to preserve this very, very special island down here.
And as it continues throughout the weekend, more people are definitely welcome to join in.
And that's excellent, and we definitely want to be welcoming for people to come and learn, no matter what their level is of previous birding experience. Total novice to expert, we want you to come out and learn.
Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
Taking a live look outside at Pensacola Beach. Many people out and about enjoying the beautiful weather we're having. One thing there is to know is the beach is not having the most spectacular weather just because of our rip current risk out there. See a little bit of the rough surf out there. It's a little bit more prominent on our Orange Beach camera. But overall, we are seeing red flags waving today. So what are we tracking for our big headlines? Above average warmth is going to start settling in today and lasting over the next week. Dangerous surf is also going to be a concern, and with high pressure coming in, we're going to continue to experience drought-like conditions. So here's a look at our forecast highs today. Typically we're in the upper 70s this time of year. Most of us are going to be in the lower 80s today. 81 for a high in Mobile, 78 in Pensacola, 83 in Crestview, 81 in Monroeville, 83 in Chatham, and 82 over in Loosedale. Another breezy day overall, so that'll help a little bit with the warmth out there. We'll have wind gusts between 10 to 15 miles throughout the day today, and then we'll calm down into the overnight hours. And then our dew points today, we're staying in that dry to pleasant category, so not much of a lingering humidity feel. So that's going to help also with our warmth today. So overall, definitely recommend getting outdoors and enjoying the weather. Will be in the upper 70s till about 2 p.m. Then we'll be into the lower 80s with mostly sunny skies. We'll have some upper level cloud coverage, but nothing to really ruin your day or make that sunshine go away. Now we'll continue to be in the 70s through a good portion of the evening to about 9 p.m. tonight when we make our way into the upper 60s with partly cloudy skies. And tonight's looking a little like what we saw last night. We'll be near about 56 degrees with a nice feel and mostly clear skies. A breeze out of northwest at 8 miles per hour. Now, the big thing we're going to be talking about all weekend long is our rip current risk. We have a high risk of rip currents today. Luckily, we do transition into a moderate on Saturday. Now, that means you're still going to want to be cautious. It just means the waters are going to be slightly safer. I'm not saying they're going to be the safest. They're going to just not be as bad as we've been seeing over the last couple of days. But unfortunately, on Sunday, we transition back into a high risk of rip currents. So if you are going to go to the beach, might want to stay on the sand or just poke your toe in. That's as much of the water as you want to go into. Saturday, the waters are a little safer to get about ankle deep into, but you're still going to want to be extra cautious and pay attention to those beach flags. Overall, this weekend is going to be beautiful out there. A lot more warmth compared to what we've seen this week. 83 degrees on Saturday with mostly sunny skies and 81 degrees on Sunday with no chance for rain, unfortunately. And the whole reason this is all happening, a ridge of high pressure. So the way high pressure spins is it churns up the water with a southeasterly flow. That's part of the reason why our rip current risk is so bad, and it's going to be bad going into next week as well. So that's been contributing to our rip current risk, and it's also going to contribute to the chance of rain being absolutely zero, and warm and dry conditions will continue on as well. So let's break that down a little bit. Here's our temperatures. We're going to be in the lower 80s and then close to the mid 80s over the next 7-day period. Average is about 77 degrees this year, so we'll be about 5 degrees above average. Our muggy meter shows we're going to be in that dry to pleasant category over the next 5 to 10 day period. And then a rainfall almanac, unfortunately, we're still nearly 10 inches off from the departure from normal for the year, so drought conditions are not looking great. The Climate Prediction Center still has us in that drier than normal pattern for the week of April 16th. And here's our rain chances over the next 7 days. We're seeing zeros across the board, unfortunately, so you're going to want to continue to water those plants. That means our severe drought is not going to improve in the next week or so, unfortunately. But luckily, the weather is going to be beautiful out there. Lower 80s for our temperatures, plenty of sunshine and mild mornings ahead. But unfortunately, no much needed rain in the near forecast whatsoever.
Hannah, thank you. 11:21 now on Hawaii's Big Island. The Kilauea volcano continues to erupt. This tower of lava could be seen shooting up inside the volcano yesterday, marking the latest eruption. Since December 2024, Kilauea has experienced dozens of eruptions. The U.S. Geological Survey captured the latest video and reported the volcano spurred lava for more than 8 hours. And back in our local headlines, some Escambia County high school students are learning how to save lives, and they put those skills to the test during a disaster simulation. The drill is all part of the Disaster Defenders program, which is funded by the Escambia Children's Trust and run by the Be Ready Alliance Coordinating for Emergencies. Students at West Florida High School practice safety, putting out fires, and searching for injured classmates. They also practiced assessing the severity of injuries. Many students interested in medicine say the program gave them a glimpse at their future careers.
It's really shaped my high school career. I think without it, I wouldn't have found the passion that I do with medicine. Before I came here, I was kind of conflicting on what I wanted to do, like if I wanted to be in law or anything like that. But being in the Emergency Medicine Academy, it just really taught me that I really like to help people.
So neat. This program is available in 6 out of the 7 public high schools in Escambia County. Coming up, a local walk doing big things for Parkinson's research. Moving Day 2026 steps off this Saturday. And this morning, LEPEC shows you how SAD Healthcare is helping patients keep moving every single day, long after the walk is over. That story on the other side of the break. So back into Fox 10 Midday, Moving Day 2026 continues to raise awareness and money for Parkinson's research. This year's walk is happening tomorrow, and our LEPEC shows you one of the ways presenting sponsor SAD Healthcare continues to keep patients moving.
Dig deep, y'all got this. Ain't no problem for y'all.
It's a workout like no other.
All right, keep it up, guys. Looking good, looking good.
SAD Healthcare's Rock Steady Boxing, specifically tailored for Parkinson's patients.
Definitely got to put a time in. I always tell them what you put in is what you get out. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Let's keep it up. Come on, let's go. 30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds.
Head coach Sterling Moore says it's mind-blowing to see patients reclaim their lives after just a few months.
Like, say somebody comes in here unsteady, having problems with balance, and after, say, 3 months usually, they become more balanced, more secure in what they're able to do in their daily life.
Diagnosed about a year ago, Donna McHenry likes the boxing.
Scared my nephews to death. Don't let her do that.
Yeah. She's been coming to Rock Steady for 6 months.
Well, I don't fall. I'm not falling anymore. It's rare that I slip up.
You have more control.
More control.
That's a good feeling?
It's a great feeling.
Come on, Mr. David, you got it.
They'll tell you half the battle.
It's rare that I slip up.
You have more control.
More control.
That's a good feeling?
It's a great feeling.
Come on, Mr. David, you got it.
They'll tell you half the battle is showing up. Their motto hangs right over the door.
No sniveling, no excuses, got to keep moving. That's the big thing with Parkinson's, keep moving.
David Haggerty is 5 months into the program and leaves feeling energized.
It's good for coordination, movement, flexibility, balance, all the things that affects Parkinson's patients.
Through the workouts and exercises.
Short bursts of high intensity, it's very good.
They're finding a sense of community and also raising money for Parkinson's research. Thomas Bates is part of the so-called Bad Dudes, a team of local Parkinson's patients who consistently rank among the top fundraising teams in the nation. Last year, they raised more than $30,000.
You guys are obviously trying to beat that goal this year?
Oh yeah, we're going to kill it.
Through it all, they're realizing they're not alone.
Here, everybody knows what your issues are and what you're working on, and you get support.
The socialization, having other people here that you can commiserate with, and this group is a upbeat, kind of crazy group.
I like having the friends, people that understand, because people just don't understand why I fall or my hand shaking.
Rock Steady Boxing.
On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3, Bad Dude!
Together, this team will keep moving. In Mobile, LEPEC, Fox 10 News.
I just love the energy in that room there. And if you want to find out more about Rock Steady Boxing, head on over to our website, fox10tv.com. Again, the walk is 9 a.m. this Saturday at SAD Healthcare, located right off University. Straight ahead on Fox 10 Midday, the DOJ is running a full blitz investigation into the NFL. What they are doing coming up in your business headlines.
Committed to you.
This is Fox 10 Midday.
Turning now to our half-hour headlines on this Friday. Okaloosa County leaders are teaming up with a global dive safety group ahead of the deployment of the SS United States. The historic ocean liner docked in Mobile is expected to be towed into the Gulf and sunk, creating what could become the world's largest artificial reef. County commissioners approved a 5-year partnership with Divers Alert Network, known as DAN, which will invest $50,000 and provide safety expertise as thousands of divers are expected to visit the site, located about 20 miles off the Destin-Fort Walton Beach coast. A tentative deployment for the SS United States is set for early May. We will keep you updated if anything changes there. And one day after announcing his retirement, Dr. Joel Erdman opened up about the timing and the legacy he leaves behind. A thank you message lights up the scoreboard now at Hancock Whitney Stadium, honoring a man who helped build it from the ground up. After 17 years, South Alabama Athletics Director Dr. Joel Erdman is calling it a career. During his time, Erdman oversaw more than $100 million in facility upgrades. Erdman will officially retire at the end of May. Deputy AD Dr. Daniel McCarthy will step in now as interim. And finally, some big news on the Plains. Jordan-Hare Stadium will hold its first ever international soccer match. North America is hosting the World Cup, so this will be the final friendly before it starts. The defending champs Argentina will take on Iceland. You think LeBron James, Tiger Woods, Tom Brady are big-time athletes? Well, Argentina superstar Lionel Messi has double the following of those three combined on Instagram. It's a big time for the state of Alabama, and again, that match will be June 9th, and tickets will go on sale next week. In the business world on this Friday, we're getting the first look into how the war in Iran is affecting our economy. Another airline hikes up their fees for checked bags, and is the NFL being fair to fans? Fox's CJ Papa has those stories in today's Fox Business Briefs.
Inflation surging in March to the highest rate in 2 years as the war with Iran continues to disrupt the economy. The Consumer Price Index, the measure of how much everyday goods like gas, groceries, and rent, rose 0.9%. That's 3.3% higher than a year ago. Americans especially feeling the fans paid nearly $1,000 to watch games on more than a half a dozen services. In response, the NFL says that 87% of its games are free on local TV. And games are always free to the local markets where the teams are playing. CJ Papa, Fox News.
Here's another live look outside, this time over at Fairhope Pier. Many people out and about enjoying the beautiful sunshine we're having on this Friday. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. Definitely recommend getting outdoors if you can. Current conditions across the area at Mobile Regional, 74 degrees, 72 over in downtown Mobile, 72 in Fairhope, 73 in Evergreen, and 73 over in Pensacola as well, with plenty of sunshine for our day. Forecast temperatures today, we're going to be warming up to the lower 80s today. We're going to have a ridge of high pressure bring us a much warmer forecast over the next 7-day period. We'll be in the upper 70s by 11 a.m. and then we're going to be in the lower 80s by 2 o'clock, then back into that 70-degree mark by 6 p.m., then into the 60s after 9 o'clock tonight. Now another breezy day ahead, kind of like what we saw yesterday, just not as significant, about 10 to 15 mile per hour wind gusts. We do calm down a little bit into the overnight hours tonight, but we still will have a slight breeze, and our dew points are in that dry category as well. Not going to feel much of that throughout the afternoon, and maybe a little bit into that pleasant category going into the overnight hours. That's because we're going to transition to a southeasterly wind, bring us a little bit of that warm, moist Gulf moisture. But overall, not a bad day and not a bad weekend either. So here's a look at our forecast today, broken down by location. 74 degrees for a high in Pascagoula, 80 in Hurley, and 83 over in Leakesville. Moving into our more inland areas, we'll have a high of 82 in Jackson, 83 in Fruitdale, 81 in Beatrice, 80 in Evergreen, 82 in Brewton, 82 in Atmore, and 82 over in Bradley. Moving into Mobile and Baldwin County, we'll have a high of 81 in Mobile, 78 in Grand Bay, 71 in Dauphin Island, 83 in Mount Vernon, 82 in Bay Minette, 80 in Robertsdale, and 75 over in Gulf Shores. Then moving into Northwest Florida, we'll have a high of 78 in Pensacola, Pensacola, 82 in Jay, 83 in Crestview, 76 in Fort Walton Beach, and 76 over in Destin. Now, here's one thing I did want to point out. Our buoy reports have been showing quite significant wave heights. This one's off the coast of Pensacola, 5.2 feet for our wave heights off the coast there. Winds out of the east around 18 miles per hour. Wind gusts around 22 miles per hour. Water temperatures are getting on the warmer side, so definitely nice to be along the Gulf Coast. And here's a look at our beach forecast today. We do have another high risk of rip currents once again, and you're going to want to make sure you have that sunscreen on hand, as we do have some partly cloudy skies, but temperatures will be in the mid 70s, 75 degrees today with mostly clear skies. If we do have any cloud coverage, they're going to be upper level clouds, so nothing to ruin that sunshine or to ruin your tan throughout the day today. But our rip current risk is going to be high today. We do transition into a moderate tomorrow, so waters are going to be slightly safer. You're still going to want to be extra cautious getting into the water. Don't go deep into the water, especially because on Sunday we transition back into a high risk of rip current. So here's a reminder of what those beach flags means. We're seeing single red flags flying right now, which means high surf and dangerous currents. And then this weekend, on Saturday, we could see some yellow flags waving. Overall, make sure you pay attention to those beach flags. They can change at each individual beach, so that is one thing to know. And then our UV over the next 3 days is going to be very high, so make sure you have that sunscreen. Burn time's about 30 minutes, especially from the hours of 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure you reapply as much as possible to prevent any sunburn.
Always a great reminder there, Hannah. Thank you. More than 500 athletes from 40 local schools competing today at the Mobile Area Special Olympics, and hundreds of volunteers are joining the fun to make it all happen. Morning anchor Sarah Wall is taking a closer look at how our local Special Olympics get athletes ready and what it means to everyone involved. In fact, she was in the middle of all of the activity this morning, and you can find the latest episode of In Depth with Sarah Wall right now on the Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app. And if you've got a sweet tooth, Loxley is certainly the place to be. We'll talk about that in just a second. We actually have a little bit about this event right here on the Fox 10 Gulfstream. We mentioned Sarah's segment, and I'm going to show you guys really quickly just how easy this app is to navigate. Scrolling down here, of course, we have the Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app, which, by the way, is a free download. It takes us to the home page right here. And if we scroll down, you can see that we have our weather forecast. We have the latest on the Iran conflict in the Middle East. And then again, the In Depth with Sarah Wall segment tab that I was talking about just moments ago. And here are the athletes competing in the Mobile Area Special Olympics hitting the track here. This truly is, like I've said before, your one-stop shop for all things Fox 10 News and weather. Let's bring in Hannah Fink now to talk a little bit about the weather side of this. Hannah, you guys really go in depth with forecasts all the time on here.
We do. So we do have a forecasting tab on the Gulfstream app itself, where if you miss our newscast, you can see what the weather is in the palm of your hand, or even on your Gulfstream app as well. But another thing we have, if Ashland will go down to it, go to weather forecast and go to next weather. This is where we go into great detail about certain weather topics that we can't really explain on air because we don't have the time to do so. These usually are about 5 minutes or more in duration. I just posted one yesterday from the Colorado State University prediction for the 2026 hurricane season and how they're thinking we're going to have a below average season because of an El Nino pattern. So if you're curious about that and what that means for our hurricane season, you can check that out. We've also done a lot of things on the pollen, rip current safety. I have one on that as well. Nick has a great one on what long range forecasts are as well. If you're ever curious about anything as well, you can also message us on Facebook or even put something on our Facebook post as well. If you're very curious about something, we can also work that up for you as well.
Great reminder there, Hannah. Again, everything you need to know right here in the Fox 10 Gulfstream app, including events that are happening in the area like this one. If you've got a sweet tooth, Loxley is the place to be. The Baldwin County Strawberry Festival kicks off this weekend, tomorrow and Sunday from 9 until 5 at Loxley Municipal Park. This is one of my favorite events, and admission is free and open to the public. This event includes vendors, live entertainment, an antique car show, and listen, all the strawberry shortcake you can eat. The event supports Loxley Elementary and ARC of Baldwin County. Every year, the event raises more than $100,000. Well, here's another fun thing you can do this weekend. Discovery Day at the Dauphin Island Sea Lab is tomorrow as well. The annual open house event gives you a chance to learn about current research led by Dauphin Island Sea Lab researchers and students. The day includes a chance to explore real scientific labs and hands-on science lessons. Admission for adults and seniors will be at half prices, while those 18 and under are completely free. Hamburgers, hot dogs, fries, soda, all the fixins will be provided by May's Cafe for purchase. The event starts at 10 a.m. and ends at 2 p.m. sharp. Well, 25 of the region's top chefs and restaurants put their signature dishes to the test. The Chef Challenge is a culinary cook-off that serves a greater purpose. Fox 10's Lenny Slagan emceed this sold-out event at the Mobile Convention Center, and the event is feeding the Gulf Coast's only annual fundraiser. There was lots of live entertainment, a silent auction, the goal helping to end hunger on the Gulf Coast.
So in our community, 1 in 4 children faces food insecurity, and as a mother, it breaks my heart. I can't imagine. So the value of this program is really in those children who look forward to those meals, who expect those meals, so that when they come to school on Monday morning, they've had a healthy, nutritious meal throughout the weekend.
The People's Choice winner was the Salvation Army for their barbecue ribs and crawfish and shrimp etouffee. Now I'm hungry. Best entree went to Mary's Southern Cooking for their brisket, yams, and greens. If you couldn't make it, you can still donate food, money, or your time. If you or someone you know needs help with food insecurity, resources are available. You can learn more on our website, fox10tv.com. Coming up, Sunday is a day to celebrate one of America's best sandwiches. Plus, how much would it take for you to be a dog kisser and smeller? Well, one New York company is looking for some. We'll tell you just how much they're paying in your Midday Talkers coming up right after this.
10.
All right, welcome back in on this Friday. Grammy-winning pop singer Pink will be the host of the 2026 Tony Awards in June.
Pink, who has never hosted a major award show, says it's an honor of a lifetime to host a night celebrating the hardest working people in showbiz.
The Tonys will air June 7th from Radio City Music Hall on CBS and stream on Paramount+.
Nominations will be announced on May 5th.
I don't think I've ever actually sat down and watched the full Tony Awards. Have you?
I don't think I have either. Honestly, I'm to the point where I can't sit through them. They're a little too long for me. I just kind of do a recap on social media at this point.
I feel like most of us do that.
I mean, I remember like as a kid that I would sit down and watch these, but like, I don't know, maybe it's my attention span now, but I just can't do it anymore.
It's a lot shorter. I understand. You're speaking to my heart for sure. Pink is iconic though.
I do love Pink, and I do want to see her in concert.
Yes, a great selection for sure to host. Grilled cheese is the ultimate comfort food, and with so many ways to enjoy the tasty treat, Borden is revealing some of the most craveable options.
Protein is one of the biggest food trends of 2026, and the trend's not stopping with one of America's favorite foods.
Including mine. To celebrate National Grilled Cheese Day, Borden Cheese naming its first ever sandwich of the year the Protein Powerhouse.
This is right up my alley. I love a good grilled cheese. It's packed with mild cheddar and mozzarella and melted over sliced chicken and tangy Greek yogurt powder sauce.
Borden also revealing the grilled cheese America crowned top taste after a month-long search. It's the classic.
Voters found the ooey gooey cheese and buttery bread simple, comforting, and nostalgic.
Oh yeah, don't mess with my grilled cheese. Keep it
Never.
simple. No matter how you slice it or stack it. Remember to celebrate this Sunday, April 12th. Might as well just celebrate today because now I'm craving one.
Now I really want a grilled cheese. We might have to do a lunch stop, Ashlyn.
Yes, listen. And these are so easy to make. This is one food that I can't mess up.
You can't. And
well,
honestly,
I mean, you could,
the ultimate combo for me is the sourdough bread.
Oh, delicious.
I love a sourdough grilled cheese. And then I do mozzarella cheese, Munster cheese, and then I also do cheddar cheese.
I love it. All the cheeses for sure. I love it dipped in tomato soup as
well.
1000%.
You can't have it without tomato soup sometimes.
Ultimate comfort food right there. Well, it's a rough job, but somebody's got to do it.
New York-based dog food subscription company Spot and Tango is hiring for two very particular roles for some big bucks.
They are looking for, get this, a dog breath sniffer.
Interesting. They're also looking for a dog kisser who will accept kisses from dogs.
The contract jobs pay up to $1,000 an hour for the company's
sign me up.
Gum. I was about to say, Hannah, this sounds like the perfect job for you.
I already deal with dog kisses every day for my dog, so this is easy for me. It's a dental chew that aims to freshen dogs' breath at the source.
The workers, we're told, will interact with dogs in New York City's dog parks.
There, they will evaluate breath or kisses and document their findings.
The job postings do not say how many hours the new hires will work. Okay, I think this is... Here's my hot take. Maybe this is not a hot take. I'm okay with my dog like licking me on the face, my eyes smelling my dog's breath. Other dogs, I'm not a huge fan, personally.
See, back in high school and a little bit in college, I was a assistant vet tech, so I was used to it. So it really doesn't bother me all that much. Yes, stinky breath comes with the territory, but overall, if you guys don't see me on air anymore, it's because I moved to New York to take this job.
Don't leave us. You can do it part-time. I'm just kidding.
Right? It might be my vacation on Mondays through Thursdays.
That's so good. But we want to thank you for staying with us on this Friday. We are taking a live look outside. Hannah, where are we looking?
This is a live look over in Dauphin Island. People out and about enjoying the beautiful sunny weather we're having. Nice and warm out there. Stay hydrated and apply that sunscreen. We'll be right back with one more look at your weather after this.
We wrap up today. It should be a gorgeous weekend on the Gulf Coast. Lots going on. We have the Strawberry Festival in Loxley. There's Discovery Day at the Dauphin Island Sea Lab. Should be beautiful.
It is going to be beautiful out there, and it's going to be beautiful today as well for your afternoon planner. Plenty of sunshine as temperatures slowly make their way to the lower 80s for our temperatures today. Then transitioning into our beach forecast, which many people are going to be trying to enjoy the water, which I don't blame them. It's a beautiful weekend to do so. Temperatures at the beaches will be in the mid to upper 70s. We do have a high risk of rip currents today, and then tomorrow we do transition into a moderate, so the waters will be slightly safer, but still be extra cautious. We still have yellow flags waving. And then on Sunday, we transition back into a high risk of rip currents thanks to high pressure. That's probably going to be the story going into next week as well. But for a weekend outlook, beautiful weather, 83 degrees on Saturday and 81 degrees on Sunday, but mostly sunny skies. Transitioning into our 7-day forecast. Unfortunately, we do not have any rain chances that are going to help us out with our drought conditions. We are nearly 10 inches away from our departure from normal for this time of year, unfortunately. So definitely that is why we're seeing that extreme to severe drought. But temperatures will be in the lower 80s, maybe some of us getting into the mid 80s throughout this week just because of a ridge of high pressure coming over us. Overall, beautiful weather in the forecast. We just need some rain at this point. And I'm not going to lie, I would definitely enjoy a good thunderstorm at this point. I do kind of miss the springtime thunderstorms that we typically get this time of year.
Yeah, and I think our yards and our plants would enjoy the rain too.
My grass is like non-existent at this point.
My grass is pretty dead. That's my fault.
It's pretty
though.
bad.
Listen, we thank you for spending time with us on Fox 10 Midday. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. You'll see more of us on Fox 10 Live at 3, so be sure to join us for the show. Then we will see you at that time.